What's up? What's up? This your boy Mike Williams. MikeWilliamsPro.com. MikeWilliamsPro.com. All right, cool. Just get myself ready here. Nice. I'm loving it. What's up, IG? Gary, what's happening? Alright, back. Sweet. Getting all these channels rolling. What's going on YouTube? Right. Let's get this bad boy started. Started. Sweet, I love it. What's going on? IG saying what's up with everybody. We're doing a little quick live. First time we've going on all the platforms at one time. A little overwhelming, but we make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. I bet. We're live all over the place. Start dropping some comments below. Let me know that you can hear my vocals. Make sure my mic's on and everything's rocking and rolling. Whatever platform you're on, drop something in the comments. There's going to be a link there for you guys to join my next live stream. My next live webinar, actually. My next live webinar is going to be Thursday, June 25th. But no matter what time you're watching this live stream, you can go to the pin post and go to MikeWilliamsPro.com. And MikeWilliamsPro.com will take you to my blog. And on my blog, there's a button that says Fix Your Finances. And you can simply register right there for the next webinar. If I haven't gotten to your platform yet, just take some time. All right, just give you some time. All right, cool deal. Let me see here. Just want to let me pin this post. What's going on with this? There we go. Boom. All right. Let's see what we got over here. What's going on, Mr. Fox? Appreciate you for joining me live. We're gonna get started in about 5 minutes. We just let Facebook do its thing. Let me see here. Let me refresh this. All right, boom. There we go. Up to about a little over 10 viewers. I'm loving it. What's up, Miss Nolan? David, what's happening? How are you? You are in the stereo in your car. I like the music loud. It gets me pumped, right? Let me break it down some. I'm gonna break it down some. All right. Nice. We are all over the place. I love it. I love the YouTube though. I'm able to stream the YouTube, go live there. Like, yo, man, if you in entrepreneurship or you looking to get into entrepreneurship, the internet is where it's at, right? You're able to get your message across so many different platforms all at once, all right? All at once. Let me bring this down a little bit more. All at once. We're going to get this thing jump started in a few minutes. I always like to start a little bit early, gives people time to get here. I just sent out an email at like 6:25. So I should have probably sent it out yesterday. But it's all good. I do want to connect a lot of people. My email list grew probably over over 1,000 some odd new subscribers in the last like 3 days. So I definitely want to get out there and start connecting with the people on that list. They can get a picture of who I am, right? And I can kind of get a picture of who they are as long as they drop some comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, right? Smash that like button, smash that heart button. If you go throughout the night, if you get some value, make sure that you share it. Make sure that you share. Make sure that other people get access to the same information that you're taking advantage of right now. Okay? Definitely make that happen. All right, let me close out some windows here so I can be 110% focused on you guys. IG, I see you over there. I appreciate y'all. Y'all also have a pin post to be able to register for my next live webinar. Let me bring this over here. All right, sweet. We're good. I'm loving this. I'm loving all these views. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on? Mr. O'Brien's on the Instagram. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, man. I'm kicking my camera. Let me see what we got over here. Oh, there we go. It's back. So tonight, I'm going to talk about three lessons. 3 hard lessons that I learned, right? 3 hard lessons that I learned when I was broke, right? Broke, busted, and disgusted. There was 3 pivotal points. He said that beat going crazy. Word, that's my intro. I love that thing. That's custom made. That's custom made. I'm the only one with that. I'm the only one with that. Y'all gotta get your own custom intro. Very lucky. I got a lot of friends and they do have a lot of different talents. So I reached out. I gave him some points on the type of energy I wanted to come from that intro, and he returned with this, and it was a one-hitter quitter. I loved it. So today I'm gonna talk about 3 points, right? 3 vital points, 3 hard lessons that I learned when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. Okay, and honestly, it was those 3 things that kept me there. It kept me broke, busted, and disgusted. Some of you might be able to connect with this message tonight. I hope you can. That's the goal, to make sure that you can connect and you get it, right? And maybe you can run with it. Maybe you can share it with a family member. You can share it with a business partner. You can jot it down and always go back to these 3 notes because they're important, okay? There's a lot going on in the world. 2020 was a hell of a year for a lot of people. 2020 was crazy, right? 2020 has been crazy. It's still here. I'm already in 2021, right? I'm already setting up shop for 2021, right? Everything that I do right now, planning for business, starting a new venture, I'm planning for 2021, right? I'm going to finish 2020 strong, but we're planning for 2021. We're setting the foundation for 2021 because honestly, that should have been your entire mentality. When everything started happening in 2020, right? When everything started shutting down, when everybody started losing money, when everybody started getting fired from jobs, getting cut loose, when all this drama was happening over the last 3.5, 4 months, you should have said, you know what, now it's time for me to set the foundation. Now it's time for me to set the stone. My entire life, I've been saying it's time to start a business, right? Is this you? Your entire life, you've been saying, I got an idea, right? I got an idea. and I need to put it out there to the marketplace. I need to put it out there to the world, right? Was that you? If that was you, I want you to drop that in the comments and say yes. Say yes, I can relate, right? Say I can dig it, right? Drop that in the comments. If you know, if over the course of the last few years, you've been like, you know what? I've been too busy. I've been so busy. I can't focus on what I really want to focus on. Over the last couple of years, you've probably been guided by somebody else's vision, right? Every day you get up, you go to work, and you're being guided by somebody else's vision, right? Somebody else is giving you a set of rules of what to follow, right? Your whole existence was the fact that you got that 9 to 5, and that's what, whether you was looking forward to it or not, right? That's what your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was mainly about, right? So all of a sudden, 2020 happens. A lot of us got sent home for a while, right? It's like, you gotta get sent home. We can't keep you here. We can't keep paying you, right? Things are happening. So now you're home contemplating. And you know, it was all good and games in the beginning. It was sweet in the beginning. You was like, you know what? I'm home. I'm chilling with the fam. Next week came, you still home. Next week came, you was still home. Next week came, you was still home, and now you contemplating like, yo, do I even want to go back to doing what I was doing? Is it even worth going back to the 9 to 5, right? Is it even worth dealing with this, right? Because now you got all this freedom, not so much anxiety. You get to think, right? And most importantly, you're now observing. You're starting to observe your surroundings now. Right now, you're not moving and shaking. You're not going in and out to work. You're not going in and out to restaurants, to bars. You're not going in and out. You just home contemplating, thinking, and looking at your surroundings like, man, is this my life? Some people were excited. Some people not so much. Right? And you got to ask yourself, which person were you? Was this a moment in your life where you said, you know what? God bless the pandemic, right? Because now you had the opportunity to create that plan. You had the opportunity to do some networking. You had the opportunity to maybe take that online class. You had the opportunity to go to that virtual conference. You had the opportunity now, right, to partake in something you've been pushing to the side for the last, I don't know, God knows how many years. None of us, I'm 37 right now, right? None of us in our early 20s, when we first went to college, some of us didn't go to college, but in our early 20s, none of us decided, they weren't like, you know what, when I'm in my 40s, I just want to be, right? Nobody said that. You didn't just say you wanted to be. You didn't just say you wanted to, you know, have that regular job. Right? You had a vision. You had goals. You was a tad bit ambitious. You was a believer, right? You saw yourself being bigger than what you are. You saw yourself being rewarded for being phenomenal. You saw yourself, right? You saw your destiny. It was in the palm of your hand. When you were 20, early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, that you see it in the palm of your hand. All of a sudden, life just kind of did its thing. Right? Marriage, kids, bills, everything just kind of showed up. And now you're like, man, everything that I wanted to do, I can't because I'm just too damn busy. But the pandemic slowed us down. So were you that individual who let the pandemic slow you down, right? And then you started taking some notes and paying attention to where you were and how you could change it. I hope that person was you. A lot of people stepped into power in the pandemic. A lot of people finally said, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking the risk. I'm jumping. I'm taking the leap. If this pandemic ain't taught us anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed. And you don't know what tomorrow will bring. And if you keep holding things off, you are never going to get to where you want to be in life. I promise you that. Right? I promise you that. That's a fact. That is a fact. Right? Tomorrow night, no, not tomorrow, Thursday, I'm doing a pretty big webinar. I got over 400 people registered for my webinar on Thursday night. We're going to be teaching them some financial literacy. We're going to show them how to step into their power. We're going to show them how to earn the 9 to 5, right? We're going to show them how to get more money out of their 9 to 5. If you already got a job, we're going to show you how to get more money from that job, right? We're going to show you some really neat things. Credit, we're going to show you how to crush credit, man. Credit is easy. Credit is easy. It's easy to obtain. It's easy to get. I mean, thousands of dollars. It's easy to get. Just got to know how to do it, right? Debt elimination is phenomenal. I was sitting in the kitchen the other day with my wife. I looked at my wife. I said, babe, we actually will be debt-free in 2020. The world is collapsing around us. And I said, babe, we actually will be debt-free in 2020. That's a big deal. Might not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to me. Right? But let me talk about why we're here tonight. Yeah, I can go on and on and on because I love this stuff, man. I'm passionate about people. I'm passionate about self-education. I'm just passionate about teaching because I think it's important. We need more teachers, people teaching things that the world is holding back from us, right? So here's the first thing. I'm talking about 3 things tonight. 3 lessons that I learned when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. Right? 3 lessons I learned. Okay? I'm going to talk about the first lesson. The first lesson, right? The first lesson. Jot it down. Right? The first lesson is this. I stopped being a victim. I stopped being a victim. Hold on, y'all. I got to let the wife. My bad, I'm back. So lesson number 1. Right? Here's lesson number 1. I stopped being a victim. Right? For most of my 20s, a tad bit of my early 30s, I blamed everybody but me for my lack of progression. Right? Have you ever found yourself, and if this is you, get real in the comments, be truthful with yourself, because at some point we got to be truthful with ourselves. If we want to really shed the skin of mediocrity and step into our power, right? If we really want to shed that skin, hold on, y'all. I gotta share one thing over here. We really want to shed that skin. Hold on, I forgot to do this watch party. My apologies, y'all. I gotta do it. Let me see here. How you do the watch party? How you do that? Let me see. Let me open it up. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get back to the lesson. I'm coming. I'm gonna get back to the lesson, y'all. Oh my God. Sometimes, I don't understand. I'm hitting the button, y'all. Oh, there it was. Hold on, I had it. It was there. There it is. My apologies, y'all. Here we go. So, first lesson, right? Here's the first thing. 3 lessons I learned, right, when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. The first lesson I learned is stop being a victim, okay? You are where you are because of the decisions that you made. Because of the decisions that you made. Because of the network you built. Because of the people you surround yourself with. Right? Your decisions. And for a while, I'm telling you, I was blaming everybody. If my job did this, if my wife did that, if I just had this amount of money, If my professor just would have looked at it this way. If my homie would have paid me my money back. Right? If my cousin wouldn't have did X, Y, Z. At some point, you got to look yourself in the mirror and stop being a victim. Only person doing anything to you is you. Right? We got to come to terms. I'm telling you, if you want to shed the skin of mediocrity, we got to come to terms with we are who we are because of the decisions that we made. And now it's time to make some different decisions. Right? It's time to make some different decisions. And that's going to lead me into lesson number 2. It's going to lead me into lesson number 2. But real quick, for those who are joining me, we're simply talking about 3 lessons I learned when I was broke that allowed me to change my life. Right? Do a 180. Right? To go from point A to point B, from where I am to from where I was to where I wanted to be. I'm sharing these 3 lessons. YouTube, what's happening? Make sure you drop some comments. Watch parties, fan pages, drop comments below, smash that heart button. If you like the value, make sure that you share. Thursday night, June 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing a powerful webinar that's going to show you financial literacy. We're going to show you how to make the change, make the shift, drastic shift. We're going to show you on Thursday. We got over 400 people registered for that webinar on Thursday. Be there, be in the building. It's going to be worth your while. You can go to MikeWilliamsPro.com, go to the pin post, right? And there's going to be a link that says Fix Your Finances. Go ahead and register for the webinar. Tonight we're talking about 3 things, 3 lessons I learned, okay? That first lesson was stop being a victim. Stop blaming everybody for your circumstances. It's time for you to man up. It's time for you to woman up. It's time for you to make the right decisions and choices. It's time to get the right people in your network, right? It's time to surround yourself with the right people. Point blank and period, okay? You are where you are because of the decisions you made. And you want to go to another place, you got to start making better decisions, different choices, right? You got to analyze every choice that you made that allowed you to lose money, every choice that you made that allowed you to gain weight, every choice that you made to allow you to be in a position that you currently do not want to be in. You got to determine what those decisions were. You got to write those decisions down and never do those and never make those decisions again, period. It don't get any simpler than that. It's simple. The solution is simple. Not too many of us follow the solution, right? Not too many of us, we like to take the hard work. We like hard work. We like to work hard, right? We want to tell that sob story. You ever been in a room and you kind of telling somebody, you know, how fucked up your day was? You tell somebody how messed up your circumstances. And I promise you, if the people in the room with you are competing with how fucked up how more messed up their story is than yours, get out the room. Get out the room. Get out the room. You don't want to be around people who you guys battle on the worst situation. Who's the brokest? Who was hurt the most? Who's victimized the most? That's not the room you want to be in. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to help you to level up every day, all day. You want to be on the phone with people who get you thinking about how productive your day was, right? When that phone rang and you see a certain name on your phone and you're like, all right, how productive was I today, right? You want to be on the phone with that type of person because you know that person getting it done. You know that person's not making up any excuses. You know that person's doing everything in their power to make sure that they're hitting their goals. That's the type of person you want to be talking to on the other end of your phone. That type of person you want to be in the room with all the time. Day in, day out, 24/7. Because that's how we get better. Right? That's how we get better. By surrounding ourselves with people who focus on getting better. Period. Other people encourage you. Right? Let other people encourage you. Man, we're still only on point 1. Point 1 of the 3 hard lessons I learned. Point 1, stop being a victim. Right? Stop it. And how do you stop being a victim? From my perspective, it comes from self-education. Okay? You can get some collegiate education, but I prefer self-education. All right? I prefer self-education. Now, for example, if you sit there and you're in a certain situation, right? Your credit's shot, right? Credit shot. And I'm saying credit because that's something that I struggled with for years. And you say, you know what, my credit is shot. You know, and then you say, how do I fix it? Right? So that's the question. How do I fix my credit? Now, that might not be the question you're asking yourself, but if you're sitting there contemplating it and you got these questions that come up in your head, how do I fix this? How do I get that? How do I do this? Okay? I'm going to give you a big tip. Go to the internet, right? Go to the internet. Start with the internet. Internet doesn't always have all the answers, but it got a lot of them, right? It got a lot of them, okay? So you start with the internet. The best thing I suggest, start with the internet and find yourself a good book to answer that question, right? Start there. Start with a good book, a good blog post, right? A good video that's going to help you to answer that question. Now, here's the deal. You may not know how to implement what they're teaching you sometimes. So sometimes you see a word you don't know, so you look it up, right? You hear a word you don't know, you look it up. You see a phrase you don't understand, you look it up, right? Look it up, look it up, look it up, look it up, right? But here's the deal. You're not educating yourself to be the expert. You're educating yourself just for understanding. So your next step is you're going to go out there and find the expert that you can pay. Yes, that you can pay. But here's the deal. When you self-educate yourself and then you start speaking to an expert, you can ask the expert specific questions that's going to help your situation. Right? You can say, hey, Mr. Expert, do you know about X, Y, Z? Mr. Expert, do you know about this, that, and the third? Right? Mr. Expert, do you know about 1, 2, 3? Right? And you ask the expert those questions. This is how you can find out if an expert's good. Not only will they say yes to those questions, but they're going to also elaborate. And when they elaborate, you listen because you got a little bit of self-education because you've been reading, you've been watching videos, you've been educating yourself about the situation, how to fix the situation. Although you're not the expert, you're going to be able to interview an expert and say, hey, listen, this is what I need done, and you should be able to do this, this, and this. If that expert can say yes, and they can elaborate, hire them. Hire them. Hire them. Right? Self-education ain't about doing it yourself. It's just about simply having understanding so that you can go out there and find an expert in that particular niche and have them work on your credit. Have them find you a mortgage. Right? Have them help you start this business. Right? It's very simple. These are simple, subtle lessons, man. It's simple. Number one, what did we say? Stop being a victim. Number two, self-education is everything. And it's only for understanding. Right? You're not here to know, like for example, and unfortunately it was recently I really got into Black history. As you can see the posters on my wall, the film playing on my TV in the back. I got really into African American history. Okay, so one day, maybe like a year and a half ago, I was sitting at my dining room table, and I was talking to my mother-in-law, and I'm like, yo, I really want to get in depth with African American history, right? Even though I'm Black, right? Don't know much about African American history, don't know much about it at all. Like only the mainstream things, right? I'm like, yo, I need to dig deeper. I need to know more, right? So I started reading books, started getting autobiographies and reading, not to be an expert at it, but just to have understanding. So when I'm having a conversation or I'm talking to people, I can bring up these different things that, I've been able to learn and have really good dialogue with people, right? That's what self-education is for. It's about having dialogue. We can't sit here and have a decent conversation about what's going on in the world, right? About our circumstances and how to change them. Subtle little questions that allow you to challenge people. We can't have that conversation. We not adults. We not adults. Right? What's going on, Brandon? What's happening over there in IG? You know what I mean? That's what this is all about. So today we're talking about 3 hard lessons that I've learned, right? When I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And these 3 hard lessons allowed me to level up my game. First thing I talked about tonight is stop being a victim. The second thing I talked about is self-education. All right, you got to dig deeper on your own time. Don't be forced to learn things. Start seeking information now. Start seeking information. Start questioning things, right? Start digging a little bit deeper. Don't just get information on the source and run with it. You got to dig deeper all the time. It don't matter what the niche is, but you're not doing self-education to be the expert. You're just simply getting self-education so you can just have some dialogue. Like I said, if you need to, the example I use tonight, if you need to fix your credit, right? You need to start researching information about credit to be the expert, but to interview the expert, right? Somebody who claims that they are an expert, you should have enough information to interview them and say, do you know how to do 1, 2, and 3? Because this is what I need, and I need you to elaborate on those topics. When you bring that information to the table to somebody who claims they're an expert, oh yeah, if they can't have a conversation with you, they don't deserve your business, period. They don't deserve your business, right? And guys, if my head is on a swivel, it just simply means I'm trying to follow all the cameras right now, right? All the different platforms tonight. I appreciate you. If you're getting some information, make sure you share. If you're getting some information, make sure you smash that heart button, right? You want to be on our financial literacy webinar June 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to MikeRunesPro.com. It should be in the pinned post somewhere. There's a button that will say fix your finances, register for the program. It's going to be a phenomenal event. We got over 400 people in counting who have been registered. My goal is to register 1,000 people this week, right? We might just touch the surface of 1,000 people. If we register about 1,000 people, I know we'll get about 100, 150 in the building, and we're going to educate the shit out of them on how to level up. I'm going to show you how to get more money from the 9 to 5 you already have. If you already have a 9 to 5, let me show you how to get more money from it. Right? You got credit issues. We're going to show you how to smash your credit issues because credit is easy. Credit is easy. It's easy to get money. Easy. Easy. Right? And why do I say that so confidently? Because self-education. Reading below the surface. Digging deeper. Getting good information. Okay? We're going to show you how to create that generational wealth. How we're going to show you how to eliminate debt. Right? That's the biggest thing. People are suffocating right now just because they're dying in debt. Oh, that is crushing people. Right? Number three was the biggest thing I believe that I learned that really helped me to change the dynamics of my life. Number three, right? Learn how to make a profit. Right? I promise you. You can work a 9 to 5. I salute the 9 to 5 because I'm about getting all the bags. Get as many bags as you possibly can. Get as many bags as you possibly can. But most importantly, I don't want you to spend an extra 6 to 8 hours a week part-time working another job. I need you to spend an extra 6 to 8 hours creating a profit for yourself. Learning how to create a profit, right? Learning how to sell something, right? Maybe it's your expertise. Maybe it's a product or service. You don't have to be a multi-millionaire. You just simply have to learn how to consistently sell something that's going to allow you to profit. I'm telling you, an extra $2,000 a month will drastically change your lifestyle. You don't need a lot of money to change your lifestyle. You don't need a lot of money to get out of debt. You just simply need the right education, right? That's going to show you how to approach your debtors. How to approach your debtors confidently, like, listen, I'm paying this and I'm not trying to anymore. What can we work out? Right? They all want to talk to you. They all want to work something out because they want their money just as much as you don't want to owe them. So they're going to figure it out. See, when a credit card company is charging you 29% interest, they have wiggle room to negotiate. But unless you're willing to negotiate, it ain't going to happen. right? Let me see. I got some comments here. God teaches me something every day, and I learn from people every day. I know about being broke. I'm homeless, single mother. Valerie, let me tell you something. If y'all didn't hear what that comment just said, it said, God teaches me something every day, and I learn from people every day. I know about being broke, and I'm homeless and a single mother. Let me tell you something, Valerie. You probably have the most powerful story on this live stream tonight. And when you know how, and when you figure out how to leverage your story, when you figure out how to leverage that pain, when you figure out how to leverage your circumstance, I promise you, not only will you change your life, you will change hundreds, maybe even millions of people's lives to follow. You got to do whatever you got to do, as long as it's positive, to pull yourself up out of that circumstance, right? Because you can't. Because you can, I promise you can. People do it every day. I promise you can, and you will, right? But you know, them three things, man. I'm telling you, if we all just hone in on those three things, and everybody here got the propensity to change their lives. Everybody got the propensity to change your life. If you're watching this right now, you're watching it on a cell phone. So you're telling me you got internet access. So you're telling me that phone that's in your hand right now, you got access to millions upon millions upon millions of people a day. Let me tell you something. You want to make $10,000 a month, right? You simply got to figure out how to sell a product or products that's going to allow you to make $333 a day. You can sell $250 products, boom. You can sell a bunch of small products, but you got to figure it out. Man, I was watching Kobe Bryant today, and he was laughing at all the excuses they was throwing at him. He was like, yo, you just got to figure it out. He said life is a puzzle, and we all have a different puzzle. We all have a different puzzle, and we got to figure out how to put that puzzle together. You have to be obsessed with putting the puzzle together. Over the course of the last 12 years, I got obsessed with internet marketing. Like, I love it. I love it to no end. I love it. I love marketing. I love creating videos, and I love looking at analytics and statistics. I love it. People pay me to do it for them. I love it. Right? But it took years of figuring out that puzzle. What is the puzzle that you're figuring out? What is the mission that you're on? Whatever that mission is, you got to do whatever is required, no matter what. I don't care if it's a pandemic. No. Pandemics don't stop us. We just pivot. Right? Most recently, I promise you, the government gave out a shitload of money to business owners. If you had an established LLC, your LLC didn't even have to be making money. It just had to be in existence before February of this year. If your LLC was in existence, everybody got paid. Anywhere from $1,000 to over $150,000. You had multiple LLCs, you got paid multiple times. Crazy. There's going to be a lot of new rich people next year. Everybody who took that money and did what they needed to do with it and built their business, forget about it. For every individual that had freed up an extra 8 hours a day because they couldn't work, every individual that said, you know what, I'm not going to sit on my ass. I'm going to get up. I'm going to put 8 hours a day into building something I can call my own. That's what this pandemic did to a lot of people. I hope you're one. And guess what? It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late to say, you know what? I'm chasing my dreams. I'm gonna learn how to get this bag. You know what I'm saying? Man, June 25th, we're gonna be locking it. I got some great speakers that's gonna come on June 25th, and I mean they're gonna drop some nuggets. some information, some knowledge that's really going to show people, really open people's eyes to the possibilities, right? Man. Miss Bo said we just need some guidance. Just need some guidance. Absolutely. That's all guidance is, and you know what? And I talked about that. That was lesson number 2, to focus on self-education. Right? Lesson number 2 was to focus on self-education, because self-education allows us to come up with specific questions that we can start asking. Right? You got to dig. You look behind me. There's always books around me. There's always books around me. Right? Amazon was the worst thing that they could have created for me, because I can buy books at a click of a button. Like, it's a big deal for me. And guess what? If you can't afford books, the library is free. Some of them might be closed at this point, but I'm pretty sure they're working out ways for you to get your books. Right? Knowledge is seriously power. Knowledge is seriously power. It's wild that I've had credit issues for the longest time, but until I learned the system of credit, until I learned the ins and outs of credit, until I hired the right people to teach me about credit and work on my credit, I figured out how easy it is to get money and get credit and use that money to make even more. Right? But you got to start searching for the information. You got to start coming up with the right questions to ask. Right? That's right, Bo. History is behind me. That's right. Real talk. And I got more posters on the way. You know, I got obsessed a few weeks, like about a year ago. I got obsessed with just my heritage and history. Right? Before I let you go, I always tell a story after I read a small book on Booker T. Washington, man. The brother walked 500 miles. He walked 500 miles for an education he wasn't even sure he was going to get. But he walked anyway. He walked up to Hampton University. They denied him acceptance. But instead of walking away and going back home another 500 miles home and being disappointed, he stayed in the classroom. He got the information, stayed in the classroom 24 hours, and he said, you know, I'm just going to clean it. Just simply thinking about what his next move was. Following morning came. They came back. Long story short, obviously he got accepted because they looked at his work ethic and said, we'll be a fool to not let you attend school. The man worked full-time, went to school full-time. I mean, I don't even know how he did it. Amazing, you know? But we got great people today who do phenomenal things just like that. You know, and your story needs to be heard in some way, shape, or form, okay? 3 things before I let you guys go. What was those 3 things? The first thing, stop being a victim. You are where you are because of the decisions that you made. Now it's time to make better decisions, period. Problem solved. Number two, okay? Self-education. All right, we got to dig a little bit deeper. If there's a question, if there's an issue, a problem that you need to fix in your life, even when it's your health and wellness, right? You got to start digging deeper and reading information that's going to allow you to learn what it is that you need to be doing, right? What you need to be eating. How you need to be eating it, right? Same thing with your money. And then number 3, you got to learn how to make a profit, right? You got to learn how to make a profit. You got to turn a few hours of your day into some income-producing activities. Trust me, I'm a workaholic too. I love to work 40, 60 hours a week. I'll put it in, not a problem, right? The job tells me I can make XYZ amount of money. I'm going to show up every time. And I'm going to get mine. But quietly, I'm making my own fortune, right? Because I learned how to make a profit years ago, right? There's people who need services of some sort. You're knowledgeable at something. Turn it into a service that you can charge people for, right? Start making yourself a profit, slowly but surely, right? Don't scale up too fast. Person by person, day by day. Your phone, you got access to thousands of people. If you can work 8 hours a day for somebody else's dream, you can pick up your cell phone and message hundreds of people every day with your ideal, with your concept, with your product, asking them questions about how you can help them, how you can service them, right? PayPal, they can PayPal you, they can Cash App you for pay, right? It's very easy to collect money. You just simply need to know the circus, right? You can go to Google, if you can afford to build a website, you can go to Google Drive and type out your services. That's free. Type out your services. That's free, right? If you've helped some people in the past for free, tell them to make you a short testimony video. Tell them to make you a little 30-second video about your services, about how awesome you are, about how people should work with you. I'm telling you, friends and family don't like to pay, but they'll give you your props and they'll do it on the camera for you. There you go. Now you got yourself 5 testimonies. 5 testimonies about your service. You got your Google Doc with all your services and how you're going to help people. You share that Google Doc with people who potentially need your services. They say, great, I do need this. How do I pay you? Cash App me XYZ. PayPal me XYZ. And then do what? Get to work. Get to work and make sure you fulfill that service. And when you fulfill that service, ask them to make you a testimony. And now you got even more testimonies. And it just keeps growing and just keeps going. Very simple. It's very simple to change your life. You got to be willing to put in the work, though. Right? You got to be willing to put in the work. I love to watch Netflix just as much as the next man. But it's got to be managed. I love to party. I love to drink. I love to eat. I love to do all these things just as much as the next man. But you got to manage yourself. You got to manage your time. You got to manage your relationships. All that stuff is important. You got to manage your energy. You got to protect your energy. Right? Somebody's looking up to you. Somebody's looking up to you, so you got to make sure you follow through and you do what you need to do every day. Every day. Every day. What's going on, y'all? IG, what's happening? Facebook, what's going on? I see you guys looking at me. Let me go check a couple of other screens here. People, I got screens and there's stuff all over the place. Cool. Everything's good. Guys, we are June 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be my financial literacy webinar. It's going to be phenomenal. You can go to MikeWilliamsPro.com. There's a tab that says Fix Your Finances and register for the webinar. It's going to be great. A lot of energy, a lot of high energy, a lot of good points, a lot of good guidance. We're going to give you guys a start. Right? I tell the people all the time, I got the blueprint. Are you willing to build the house? I got the blueprint. Are you willing to build the house? It's your boy Mike Williams, MikeWilliamsPro.com. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to stay blessed. I have enjoyed you guys just coming through, sharing your perspectives, showing some love. We got somebody all the way from Australia on the line. We got Long Island here. I mean, we got people all across the world chiming in to listen to little old me. Right? If I can do it, you can do it. Believe that. Okay? Y'all be blessed.